Today on Living Survival, we're going to take a look at one of the most feature-rich AAA sized flashlights that I've ever seen. It's the Folomov EDC C1. So I've reviewed a lot of these AAA sized EDC flashlights. This Phoenix LDO2 was my favorite for a while. It is a tail clicky, which is my favorite, as opposed to a mode button on the side or the twist that some of the other lights have. It's a nice solid light. You can carry it on your keychain if you wanted to, although me, I just would rather have it in the pocket. I have smaller lights that can go on my keychain, but the benefit of these is that they take a common battery, and they're great for when you want to pack a lightweight light, for when you're going backpacking, for example. A lot of times I can use these as a headlamp as well, but that is one of the cons on this LDO2, is that the pocket clip is not swappable. So you can see that although it is lens down in your pocket, you wouldn't be able to clip it to the brim of your hat. So retired that flashlight, and lately I've been carrying the Nite TI3. Awesome little flashlight, awesome price, I believe at about $15 or so for this light. AAA, so it's common battery, and the pocket clip is reversible, so you can wear this on the brim of your hat. So it works good as not only a great little camp flashlight, it works as a great little headlamp as well. It's fairly bright, and it weighs almost nothing, so it's really lightweight, and it's not going to add a lot of bulk to a pack when you're trying to go really light and fast. The only downfall being on the TI3 is that it does have the twist to activate mode to it. So sometimes one-handed, that can be a bit tricky. And if you want instant light, it's definitely a lot slower. If you hear something moving in the woods, for example, and you just want to shine it really quick, a little bit harder and a little bit slower to do that. But so far, this has been my favorite up until I got my hands on the Folomov EDC C1. This is the most advanced AAA flashlight that I've ever seen or that I've ever used. The pocket clip is oriented the correct way to be used as a headlamp, so that's great, and it's also deeper carry than the TI3. This one's going to stick out of your pocket a little bit. Generally, I will just shove these down into my pocket without clipping it, or I'll put them in the one of the pockets on my backpack. So another great feature of the Folomov is that it has the tail clicky. So you got a great pocket clip here, can be used as a headlamp, tail clicky. It's also just as durable as the other lights, although it doesn't really have the knurling of the other lights. It's got sort of this smooth finish to it, as opposed to, again, the knurling on the TI3 there. It doesn't really bother me at all. But this is going to be brighter than the TI3 with a max brightness of 400 lumens. Now it accomplishes that because it has a 10440 battery on the inside, which is also rechargeable. So although it does not take a AAA, and it actually cannot take a AAA, which is too bad, I wish it would, it is rechargeable, so that's nice. And with this battery, you're able to get a higher output, maxing out at 400 lumens, which is a lot of lumens for a little light like this. The C1 has the Nite Ize E21A LED, again maxing out at 400 lumens with that 10440 lithium ion battery. It only weighs 24 grams, and that's including the battery, so super lightweight. It's actually a little bit lighter than the Nite light, so you're getting a more advanced light, which is rechargeable and coming in at a lighter weight than the TI3. It's got a bunch of different modes on it as well. It has a multifunctional tail switch, which can be set on tactical mode, or it can be set on illumination mode. Tactical mode is going to give you quick access to the turbo, and also access to the strobe. Illumination mode is going to be your everyday mode, which is going to rotate through the different brightnesses, which include a 0.5 lumen moonlight mode, so that's great as well. A moonlight should be under a lumen. A 10 lumen mode, a 50 lumen mode, 160 lumen mode, and then on up to its brightest at 400 lumens. So 160 lumens is going to probably be your sweet spot. That or the 50 lumens going to be a great light option for around camp. Plenty of light to do those tasks that are right in front of you. Of course, a light this size isn't going to reach out, but you do have that 400 lumen mode if you need that brightness there. And that 400 lumen mode is going to run for half an hour. The 160 lumen will run for 0.8 hours, medium running at 1.2 hours, low at 4.8 hours, and then your moonlight at 30 hours. So again, you get a pretty decent runtime on that rechargeable battery. And again, with the toughness of this light, it is actually IPX8 waterproof. So why different modes in a flashlight of this size instead of being able to just turn it on and turn it off, which a lot of people like as well. For me, I like having the different modes because that way I can extend the life of my battery. Just like on a headlamp, I can turn it on the lowest mode most often, especially if I'm in a tent or a hammock or I'm just doing something on a table right in front of me. I can just put it on that lowest mode, and that's really going to extend the life of your flashlight rather than it just having maybe a medium mode of 160 lumens or somewhere around there that you're going to get a lot less battery life. So that's one pro to having different lighting levels on a light, although it is a little bit more complicated to do that. Not so much on this light. You simply just press the light to turn it on, and you press it again to go through your different lighting modes there. So you have low, medium, high. You double click for your turbo, and then you hold it down to turn it off. From off, if you hold it down, it's going to get you into your moonlight mode, which you can barely see there, 1 lumen. Does have memory, so if we put it up to the medium here and we turn it off, turn it back on, it's going to go right back to that medium. And then from off, you can also double click and go right to your turbo. Double click again, going to give you a strobe. Double click again, it's got an SOS. Double click again, and it's got a beacon. So it's got a ton of modes for being this size light, and being a AAA sized light. And that's not even including the tactical modes that you can put it in. To access that mode, you just click it 7 times fast. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you're going to get a flashing light there. That's going to tell you that it's in tactical mode. So now if I hold down the button, you're going to get your instant access to your turbo. So that's nice. If you just want a tactical style mode, you can do it even on a AAA light. To get back out of that mode, you do it again 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it's going to go back to your regular, just everyday use light. So you don't even have to use the different modes. If you want something that's just simple, you don't even have to use the different modes. Another thing I really like about this light is that it steps up and steps down, and what I mean by that is if you just turn it on to just a regular brightness here, it's going to step up. So when you press the button, it just goes low, medium, high, low, medium, high. But from turbo, if you have it in turbo, then you click the button, it's going to go high to low. So then it goes high, medium, low, which is pretty cool because a lot of lights, when they're on that turbo mode, the next mode is going to go to its brightest, and sometimes maybe you want to kick that turbo on for a second, but then you want to extend your battery life, so you just you just bring it back down to medium or low. And I like that you can do that from the turbo mode. Now if I go ahead and turn this off and then I turn it back on, and maybe I just want to come back onto my low mode, but I want a little bit more light, then it steps up. So that's actually a pretty cool feature, and again, it just adds to the list of capabilities that this EDC C1 can do. It's also got a lockout feature, which is really nice with any light that has a side mode button or a tail switch button to it. I believe you just hit it 3 times, 1, 2, 3, and it's going to lock the light out. So now the light is completely locked, so I would put that in there in that locked mode if I were going to put it not so much in my pocket because you'd probably feel it warming up, but if I was going to put it down in a bag or a little kit, certainly want to lock that out. You just hit it 3 times again to get it back out of that lockout mode. And the features don't stop there. It also has a countdown timer, which you can set from 1 on up to 10 minutes. As long as you have the light on, you triple click 1, 2, 3, and you're going to get a flash. That's flashed once, so that's a 1-minute countdown timer. If you want to extend it to 2 minutes, for example, you just triple click it again, 1, 2, 3. Then it's going to flash twice. That's going to let us know that we have a 2-minute countdown timer. If we wanted to do a 5-minute, we would just do it 3 more times. So 1, 2, 3. That's going to give us our 3-minute. 1, 2, 3. It'll give us 4 minutes, and so on and so forth. The C1 also has a low voltage warning on it once the light gets below 10%. the medium, high, and turbo modes will no longer work. So if you can just get low, then it's time to recharge, and you know you're at 10%. So again, super feature-rich flashlight. Now, the question is it worth twice as much as a light like the TI3? You're going to pay about $29 for the EDC C1. Again, it does have all those extra features. It does have the tail switch. It does have the 10440 battery, which is going to give you that 400 lumen brightness. And it does have the recharging capability. So that's pretty much up to you whether you think it's worth twice as much as the TI3. Both great lights. I will probably take the EDC C1 on my next backpacking trip and see if I like it better than the TI3. But having that tail activated mode and having all the different features that I can set this light up to do sort of beats out the TI3 in my opinion, and it does all that with being a little bit lighter. So I thought I'd also show the Folomov EDC C2, a little bit different form factor here. You do have the side mode button there, magnetic tail cap, deep carry pocket clip, and it does work as a headlamp. Same 400 lumens with a 14500 rechargeable battery. Real similar to the Olight S1 Mini, maybe a little bit thinner in diameter, but that's also an option from Folomov as well. So let me know what you guys think by leaving me a comment in the comment section below. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and give it a big thumbs up for me. If you're watching this on November 2nd, I'm going to be doing a live stream tonight, my weekly live stream that got pushed from Thursday to today, which is Saturday. I'm going to be doing that at 8 p.m. Eastern. I do unboxings of any gear I got that week for future reviews, answer any of your survival or outdoor related questions, and we also do a giveaway every week. So make sure to tune in to that tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can go to my channel, and I believe there'll be a thumbnail or a link to it where you guys can set a notification, and if not, I'll put that information as well in the description box below. There will also, of course, be a Amazon link below where you guys can pick this light up for yourself. And if you think any of your friends or family might be interested, please share this video on your social media. If you're new here or you haven't already done so, also click that red subscribe button and that notification bell to be notified of new videos.